Hi guys, what's up? This is Hobo. It is the second week of the tournament now. Just trying to spread the word about it. Hold on while we get set here. Apparently I'm very good at math. Just getting the schedule pulled up to see what today's match is going to look like. Okay, so today's matchup is going to have 3 matches once again, with the first one being YOLO versus Nerf Raiders, followed by the Latin Block versus Team Destroy Call. And then tomorrow at around 11 a.m. PST or 6 p.m. GMT, we've got OP Kata versus Drunk Friends. We're actually going to be starting with this YOLO versus Nerf Raiders match. It's going to be Therx versus Humon on Mire. Very bizarre map, interesting map. Lots of spots for attacks. Followed by Logocon versus Full Collapse on Ravaged. If you guys remember last week, we didn't actually see Full Collapse play, so it's going to be interesting to see that. Next up, we have Glava versus 2Papa on Silent Fjord. If you guys remember, last time Glava took an impressive win versus Renus of Team Nerf, Drunk Friends, that's right. And the last match, unless there's an ace, is going to be on Sylvan Charm, AC versus Epic Pants. And the ace match for this tournament, or this match of the tournament, is actually going to be Xenos, a map that was one of the regular matches in the previous one. Okay. Right after that, we have Latin Block versus Team Destroy Call. Hello. Hi,
Hey,
Slam.
Hobo.
Just
Hope
going
you don't mind
over
me
who's
edging
playing.
in here for a little bit.
Just going over who's going to be playing today. So for the second match today, we've got Latin Block versus Team Destroy Call. It's going to be Visix versus Itan on Mirrored Mire, Katara versus Norm on Ravaged, Axials versus myself on Silent Fjord, and ending with Daz versus Destroy Call on Sylvan Charm, assuming it doesn't go to the ace match. Yeah, apparently I did the math wrong on converting the times to EST. Either that or I was just looking at the second match and not the first match's time. So Therx is on, and so is Humon now.
Beautiful. Can you talk to them and get them organized for this match set?
Sounds good.
I'm trying to chase down at Full Collapse. Looks like he's here and he can play.
Okay.
So hopefully we can actually get this match working.
Therx seems ready. But yeah, I figured out what was wrong with the recording. I had it set to the wrong driver. There's like 3 different slots it was letting me pick from for both, and I can't change the recording driver while I'm streaming. So I would have to stop the stream midway to change that, but now it should be all set. I tested it out earlier in the week and it looks good. So for everyone who wanted to save all these casts, that's going to be beautiful. Just waiting on Humon. I'm gonna pull up the map lobby now. So again, the map pool is going to be Mirrored Mire, Ravaged, Silent Fjord, Sylvan Charm with an Ace Mage and Xenos. Would you like to join in on this map, Slammer?
Yes, I would. So I have something in about 45 minutes. So that's when I'm gonna have to leave. But I'd like to cast first couple games if I could with you.
Humon says he's not quite ready for the match.
Okay.
He says his Wi-Fi is being unreliable. And he is logged off, actually. So we're just waiting on Humon to get his Wi-Fi sorted out at current. So, how's it going, Slammer?
Good. Excited for this match.
I think both players are up for an interesting match. They both don't tend to play extremely normal builds. I believe Therx went for the walled-in with a double mill approach against Rurks last time. And then Humon went for that 4 racks push against myself last week, which that's kind of normal. I think it's just me casting games today, until Glaba starts with the match too. Humon's back on. Okay, looks like Humon's ready to go. Almost.
So it looks like I'm talking to FC right now. We may have a forfeit here for YOLO. We'll see.
Okay.
Hopefully not.
For YOLO's team or Nerf Raiders?
Boom. There's Humon. Excellent.
Okay. I know Therx. I believe Therx makes sprites, right?
I actually don't know, to be honest. Okay. All right. We're doing this. Predictions for this map. Did you already give yours? I wasn't paying close attention.
No, I try to stay away from predictions. I'm usually pretty awful about them.
I actually don't know between these two exactly. I think they're fairly even. I haven't played either of them in a long time, so I can't really say. But I feel like they're pretty even.
I think if Therx can get his double mill off without Humon scouting, that would be very deadly. It's just
what did these players do last match?
Therx was against Works and went for the wall in double mill, and Humon tried to do a 4 racks push against me, except wrong unit placement cost him the game.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Yeah, I thought Humon looked pretty strong. Maybe a little better than Therx. Of course, the double mill on Cursed Temple is also a pretty solid strategy, so...
it's going to be hard to wall off on this map, and then expand afterwards.
Okay. So in the top left, in the red, we have Therx representing Team YOLO. And in the bottom right, in the blue, the red-skinned haired workers, we have Humon representing Team Nerf Raiders.
We got the Gingers versus the Elves up here in the top left. Santa's
absolutely
gonna work hard on this. Particularly interested to see what Therx goes for, because I know he did an unorthodox thing last time, but we also have a very forward house from Humon.
Yeah, you don't see this too often, the proxying the house. Obviously,
except it's right in the scouting path.
Yeah, it's a little strange to send that worker out so far,
unless he's
so early to the house there.
Unless he's trying to get that very forward wall, in which case it still is abnormal, because that leaves a lot of openings down the bottom ramp there, or even on the right side.
If it was a wall, it would be in this narrow area with the grass, right? So this is definitely like a rush. But let's see what he decides to build.
Wall. Meanwhile, we do have a quick house falling by Den from Therx. It looks like he's going to go for a Den expansion.
Oh, you know what? This is interesting. I wonder if this is just going to be a 1-racks from Humon, and he's using this wall to take a fast third base and kind of secure the bottom side of the map.
Except he still has to wall off that ramp, and he still has to worry about that second entrance off into his natural. There leaves a lot of openings that he would have to defend all at once, and the mill that could be broken.
It's definitely an interesting strategy, but it's also a little scary because look at this build opening from Therx. We have a 2-den. These buildings will be very exposed against a 2-den. Normally, you defend with workers, right?
You can't even have that as an option.
There's going to be no workers here. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Just too far away. And we're just going to have to see what this worker does.
It looked like he wants to take his expansion at where a lot of people would take their 4th base, which looks a little strange.
Not really a Ninja Expo because of how he has that wall set up, but yep, he's getting that expansion. It looks like, unless he's looking for proxies. Meanwhile, we do have the first wolf on the way. The Raider's about to come out.
So this is interesting because I would say normally 1-racks expand is the ideal build up against a 2-den.
Except when it's so far away from the worker support.
Exactly. The amount of wolves should be able to overwhelm this house and racks positioning, which should make it pretty tough for Humon.
Well, let's see how the control is though. The important thing is seeing if it can be scouted before more buildings can be set up for the wall.
I believe Therx did see the rats, right? No, not yet,
Nope.
but he'll see in just a second as these wolves chase the raider
As
back.
the raider.
Meanwhile, Humon is floating here. He hasn't thrown down his castle yet, so he could build a second Rax to try to respond to this instead of the castle.
He does have the second raider out, though. Right. It's not going to be quite enough to deal with all the wolves, but it should help.
Now we're coming up on 27 supply for Therx, so he's going to have to start making a big choice here whether he wants to build a house or go for the expansion and start pooling gold. So far, no house down, so it looks like he might be going for the 30 supply expand, which is a more macro-focused build order.
And we do have a third raider about to come out, trying to snipe some wolves here. He does, unfortunately, miss that one. The third raider is going to help.
Humon's been controlling this a lot better than Therx. Therx has not got much damage off on these raiders, and a couple of his wolves are very dead.
He's been walking a lot more. We do have the expansion coming out from Humon. If he can just maintain raider production, that would help a lot, but he is supply blocked right now. And as wolves are still coming out from Therx and Snake Charm, these raiders will get overwhelmed. But again, Therx
I wonder if Therx can peel off a couple wolves to attack the natural there. Again, the fact that Humon has to defend two positions should make this pretty tough for him.
Except Therx isn't splitting his wolves up.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's not doing an amazing job at microing against these raiders.
Yeah, good control from Humon. He's actually really taking out Therx here.
Gets another 2 wolves down.
Now that there's going to be 4 raiders and a second barracks coming up very quickly, this is looking really good for nerf raiders at the moment. The snakes might make a difference, though. Snakes are going to be on the way in just a bit, but they're going to be a ways off. There's none in production yet.
These wolves are going to be able to get straight down in there. Therx is also starting to scout down the left side, too. Still no expansion from Therx, but he's getting close to the gold needed.
Yeah, if he can get 3 to 4 workers here, that could be good, but I don't see it's going to happen.
I don't think he's going to get any workers. I think wolves are just going to keep dying off. So far, 2 wolves down and a third one.
Yeah, this is disaster for Therx.
4 works down. Now he needs to, resume mining. So
I think it's really too bad that Therx didn't try to kill this barracks hardcore. Like, he could have gone just hard for the barracks, and I think it would have been very tough for Humon. But I think
now that he's been able to safely get this up.
Yeah.
Still no expansion from Therx, even after all that.
Yeah, it's coming now. Worker's on his way. I think he spent the gold already.
But now Therx is actually down in supply and economy. It's down by 5 workers.
Yeah, this is brutal. The expansion's already up. He doesn't have the army actually to defend at this point. 5 raiders and 2 archers, that's way too much army for a couple wolves to defend.
And so, that's because he wasn't macroing behind the aggression.
Yeah. Incredible behind. Okay.
I think a lot of that had to do with how the wolves are microed. A lot of the time they were walking by without attacking. So it wasn't taking care of the weakness of the raiders' slow recharge.
People are saying there's a lag on the stream. I'm not sure.
I have a delay on the stream.
Oh, it looks like your stream is really lagging. I'm not sure why.
I'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, it's like 1 frame every 5 seconds. Which is crazy. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Game's running smooth to me. Let me pause the recording process and see if that helps. A bird's actually scouting the aggression from the player here. I don't know if the bird was a mistake. In the meantime, we do have a third base coming up from Humon, and now we have some wolves and snakes trying to poke in, but they are going to be stopped by these archers. No way they can get enough damage in. And those two wolves probably are going to get killed if they try to deal any other damage. Therx does have some units over here, but with 5 raiders defending, it's going to be very hard to do anything about that. The supplies are fairly even at about 50-50.
Yeah.
We also have a fortress coming out from
I
Therx.
do apologize for the stream, guys. Just have to kind of do almost a radio cast at the moment. But this looks really, really good for Humon.
I think I tried stopping the recording to see if that helps with the lag. I'm not sure if it did.
Oh, were you recording and streaming at the same time?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I don't think you want to do that. Is that how you're recording the Twitch VOD?
Since I wasn't able to figure out how to save it directly from Twitch.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be a problem. I think I've never tried that, but
I don't have the stream pulled up on my own end, but if someone can just let me know if that's making the lag any less.
It'll be pretty delayed though.
About 2 minutes.
I think, how much delay do you have on?
200 seconds. Delay?
Yeah.
So 3 minutes. These workers are
I will
in trouble.
do some
research into figuring out what's up with that. These wolves and snakes are in a pretty dangerous position. They have the risk of being surrounded by both raiders and soldiers and archers. But meanwhile, this is the bulk of what Therx has to offer. He doesn't have a lot of units behind this. He is getting dragons, but he's also down 10 whole workers. Which takes only about 10 to get a lot of efficiency off these mines. We also have this bird that's just sitting in Therx's base. So Humon knows exactly what's going on up there, and that there's dragons on the way. You can see that fortress. I will say that Humon isn't doing a great job scouting, aside from the bird. But even with that, the bird is very effective at scouting. Should be able to see when the first dragon comes out, even if it can't directly see the lair. The Rex player is still up about 15 population. And starting to get upgrades. I don't think Humon has enough archers to counter dragons, but Therx is only going for a 1 layer so far. Therx really needs to do something other than a full-on assault. He doesn't have the army to deal with it. Nearly equal supply army is not in favor of a exchange, and that's only part of Humon's full force. Any kind of attack on this side base will get fully shut down by the 4 soldiers. Doesn't have enough snakes and archers to get through there.
Okay, so I think I know how to save past broadcasts, so once this is over, I'll try.
Right after this match, we're going to have to take a look at that. There's a tower coming up in Humon's third base to help defend against any kind of attack. And these soldiers in the tower are on the far wall on the right, is denying any kind of aggression. Therx is just falling
I'm a little surprised.
behind.
I'm a little surprised this game is still going at this point. I feel like Humon should be way ahead.
Well, Humon's not
he does
scouting.
Risk falling behind it.
Did you see the bird?
Yeah, if he doesn't like pressure a little bit more.
For about 2 minutes, Humon had a bird just chilling over Therx's main base before pulling it back. So he saw the fact that the fortress was down, but hasn't really done much of a response to it. I don't think he saw the dragons. He did see the dragon's lair.
Yeah,
there was only one.
As soon as Humon decides to push out, he should be able to win this. He's really up in supply, and he's up against unupgraded wolves.
While getting upgrades themselves.
If I was Therx, I would probably focus on a counterattack type style. I would probably try to get as many dragons as possible, and then avoid the fight and just attack. Probably your only chance of winning at this point.
Well,
but
he's
losing a bunch of
large portion of his army. And the counterattack is going to get denied by another force that's even larger than his own. This is a position you would never want to be in as a beast player, where you're outnumbered. That's an interesting note about the terrain on this map. There's lots of little rocks and leaves in the way that disrupt your army as it runs. It's subtle but could cause damage. Poor Wolf over here getting focused down. Therx is gonna try to desperately get these towers up, anything to help defend against this wave. And Humon's still gonna wait a little bit before pushing out.
Right. I mean, look at these supplies, 116 to 80. This is Wolf, Snake, lots of Rax forces. There's one dragon. There's really just not much here for Therx, unfortunately.
And Humon could even just send part of his army and potentially wipe out everything Therx has. Sending the other army down into the side base over here.
Yeah, exactly.
An offensive tower.
A couple of these archers and soldiers that are behind could go there and kill everything. But it doesn't matter. These soldiers are just going to kill everything right now.
And he's going to try to... It looks like he's sending the raiders up to the main base, potentially. Or no. Instead, trying to get the surround. The two towers are going to go up, but I don't think he has the damage to take care of the soldiers.
Yeah, there's just way too much for the Rax here. Humon is just powering through this. The towers is a nice touch. I think it's the only thing Therx could have done here. And this is maybe the best engagement you could hope for, but it's still not enough. The towers are getting killed by the soldiers really fast now.
Not pulling workers early enough so they couldn't help while the towers were up.
Yeah.
But the workers would have melted from the soldiers anyways.
Yeah.
Dragon's gonna go down from focus fire.
Rip the dream. I will say,
he has a worker helping.
I think Therx had a great chance in this game, but he really just messed up how he played the wolf pressure.
I think that was the deciding factor.
Yeah. It's interesting because, like I said at the beginning of the game, one Rax expand does beat 2 Den, but the way Humon built his buildings actually opened the door for Therx to win, but it didn't work. All right, so that is the first game. So while really quickly, let's hop over. Can you pull up your stream settings?
Sure. And
so
OBS.
Go to Stream Manager.
And OBS or what?
No, in Twitch. Go to Twitch. And then try to navigate to your Stream Manager, or I think it's this Creator Dashboard.
Creator Dashboard on it.
And then do you see Preferences at the left?
Preferences? So
at the top left, see where it says Home?
Yep. Do I want to go to Channel or Moderation?
So can you go to your go to your dashboard, then did you see the home button and the options?
Yep.
You've got like Stream Manager, Insights, Community, Content, Preferences. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Go to Preferences.
Down there.
Channel.
On it.
And then there should be, you got your stream key, right? And then the third one down should be an option to store past broadcasts.
Which I do have it set to check.